Who plays Counter-Strike seriously anymore? After they nerfed the ranks, it seems as if hacking has become even more necessary for the shitties to feel entitled. Now that the higher ranks are harder to obtain and maintain, it gives more incentives for people to use cheats. After all, at the end of the day, what really matters is what rank you are, am I right? And what you had to do to obtain that rank doesn't really need to be discussed. Since the introduction of ranking in CSGO, the population of legitimate players has continued to decrease. At this point, many people have actually quit playing the game because it's literally unplayable in its current form. This is because people get fed up with the bullshit, either resort to hacking themselves, quit entirely, or play casually just to get their CS fix, which is where I find myself in today. I actually got so pissed off that the game was only getting worse that I bet away my $3,000 inventory and lost it all twice. The amount of matches I play where my bullets blatantly go through enemies' heads, but I manage to get one shot from across the map with shotguns and umps, is getting ridiculous. And quite frankly, if no one else is going to step up to the plate and take the position we need to make changes, then I will. For my love of this game, my experience of playing this game, and for my hope for a much better cheat-free environment in the future. What does this really mean, you ask? Well, I'm here to offer Valve some approaches to fixing this outdated, severely conservative, and weak punishing system we call VAC. It's time to open our eyes. This isn't 1.6 days. Hacks are far more effective and harder to detect. I, for one, am done with this nonsense. So, Valve, let me tell you what changes you need to make. It's up to you which ones you choose to initiate. Some are more extreme than others, but ultimately each will have its own effect at eliminating the current cheater base. The first thing you can do is eliminate the ranking system. This does not mean get rid of it. It simply means removing the physical rank that everyone sees. This way people of similar skill will still be queued. However, no one will have that fancy symbol next to their name anymore. Without the fashion statement, any hacker will no longer have a reason to feel entitled to hack. Looking at this from other perspectives, yes, it would suck to not have that rank to obtain anymore. The drive to do better may be lost, and people may still hack to get into higher skilled matches. But I assure you it reduced the bullshit community by a good chunk. Number 2. Force ban on USN journal clears. Instead of kicking a player who has recently cleared the USN journal, you should ban them. First offense can be a 7-day ban, after that it should be permanent. I, for one, have been playing this game since beta, and CS since the early 2000s, and have never had an issue where this journal gets cleared on its own. The only time I ever had an issue is when I experimented with a private hack for obtaining knowledge on how to detect one being used. Therefore, if the journal is getting cleared, the user is attempting to use cheats, and we need to stop slapping them on the wrist and go for the jugular. Number 3. Our current Overwatch system is severely broken. There's no longer any real incentive for the community to go out of its way and review a case that pops up on their menu. Why is this, you ask? Well, honestly, it's because you guys don't give a shit. You're trying to convince us that a tiny little bit of XP boost towards a useless profile rank is enough to make it complete an Overwatch case. Are you stroking me? Give me a real reason to partake in helping the community. Give us medals, trophies we can display on our profile that tells everyone else we care about removing the hackers from this game. Make us heroes of the community for taking the time to review these cases. I guarantee you this would dramatically increase the amount of players partaking in Overwatch, and more users would be banned or saved in the process. Number 4. Let me ask you something. When a user makes their Steam account, they are required to accept a list of terms put in place by you at Valve, to the point where we don't even really own the games in our library. This means when a user breaks one of the terms, they no longer can be protected by their rights. In other words, they forfeit all of their rights as a user, and anything can be done by Valve at that point. We all know you guys make bank from the hackers. You do occasional ban waves and then put the game on sale and swoop in with the profits. This ideology tells me you guys care about your pockets first and the community second, which is fine. Money makes the world go around. But what if I told you there was a way to make good money and ban all suspected cheaters at the same time? And no, you don't have to decide whether you want the red or blue pill. Just hear me out. There's so many banned accounts floating around with thousands of dollars worth of skins just eternally sitting in their inventories. These users can't trade or sell these skins. They are stuck with them. Sure, they can play non-VAC or offline, but ultimately they mean nothing anymore. When a user gets VAC banned, they should forfeit up all their skins. I don't care if they bought them all with their own money or got them from a case. They cheated and therefore they forfeited all their rights as a user. Valve, think about the money you can make by selling off all these skins. You can auction them off somewhere or even just toss them on the market. Yes, that means Dragon Lord's going for $400, but really this just gives users more reasons to report cheaters. It will mess with the market momentarily, but everything would balance back out. You can even specially mark skins that were received from a banned user to forever be reminded that so-and-so used hacks and paid the price.
Number 5. It's time we enforced our intolerance of people using cheats. I'm tired of someone getting banned and just buying another copy of the game on a new account for mere dollars and cheating again. Valve, it's time we introduce hardware bans. Getting a user's MAC address and banning their network interface card will force them to have to rebuy their modems or even parts of their computer if they want to play CS on VAC servers again. Call it VAC Plus or whatever the hell you want. Either way, this will greatly increase the hurdles a cheater would need to overcome in order to play again.
Number 6. This is where we start crossing into privacy situations. I myself am 100% okay with having Valve scan my system every time I want to play CS, if it ensures I'm playing against legitimate players. I would also be 100% okay with having to connect my account to my physical name and social security number. If you want to play with the big boys, you need to supply this information, so once you're banned, you're banned. No coming back without trying to falsely change your identity. I know a lot of people will have issues with this, and if they don't like it, they can play on non-Prime. Currently, the Prime system Valve has in place is useless. Using someone's phone number to validate your account can easily be bypassed with cheap burner phones and even separate SIM cards. Number 7. Why not charge your users a fee of $100 every year to play in a separate Prime mode with only legitimate players? You get your money, we get our peace of mind, and a lot of hackers won't be willing to cough up $100 every time they get banned. However, in order for this to work, we would need an advanced Overwatch system because if players are dedicating their hard-earned money, we deserve to have a good chance of eliminating the possible cheaters. And finally, number 8. Make a screen capturing cam that all players are required to use in a specific Prime mode. This cam will display the user's screen, and if at any time someone reports the user, they or Valve could look into the player's screen and see what they are seeing. This would be a big project, but could really eliminate a lot of wallpapers and give players a peace of mind. However, it would not necessarily help in case of trigger bots and such, which don't display anything on the user's screen. However, it would eliminate the GoTV glitches, which could help confirm if a user is cheating. There you go, Valve. I just gave you 8 ways you can improve upon your VAC system and rid the CSGO community of hackers. There's no reason you can't be making moves towards a much tougher, beefier plan of action when it comes to dealing with term-breaking cheaters. We are all fed up with this bullshit, and it's time we did something about it. It's been far too many years, and I know you would agree your current system is flawed and highly outdated.